Y'all doing? You know, I've never done a live on here before, not that I can remember, but I cannot and I will not continue to allow what I have to say to go unsaid. I see everyone out here really taking pride and standing up and saying Black Lives Matter and being outraged by the injustices of seeing everybody killed and murdered and beaten and tortured unfairly. And that is very much important. But so is the everyday racism that nobody wants to talk about that's going on in our workplace every day. And it wasn't until this now recent situation that has once again blatantly shown how when shit stink, it stink from the top down, okay? It stink from the head down. And administration, their supervisors and the people that they choose to put into position, overall structure of the company and the core values that are upheld and not upheld at the same time is the most hypocritical shit I ever seen in my life. Okay. And I'm currently outraged by the fact that no one is able to or has been able to prove this subliminal ass racism that we know we face every single day. Okay? I spent over 6 years of my life in pursuit of something that I thought was going to be a healing experience. Something that I thought was going to allow me to give back to my community in a way that what would be better than helping someone to heal from sickness? And this sickness is deeply ingrained in us. Okay? And when I say in us, I mean the people that don't see a problem with not speaking up for the injustices that they see, whether they're big or small. It doesn't have to be murder. And I'm here to say that these companies that are treating people unfairly, that are allowing for racial remarks of employees to continue to work there, continue to quote unquote provide care for those same people that you're speaking against. You know, I became a doctor. In my mind I was, but I became a nurse on the pursuit of becoming a doctor. And to heal, to be able to give a healing experience. And if the environment in which you work in is not even a healing environment, is one of torture, mental anguish, suffering, are you really ever gonna feel as though it's a relaxed environment that you could provide care to? But yet racial remarks are being made by the very people you have to work with blatantly on Facebook, being able to have the courage to say that you don't give a fuck about making these statements, and even if you go to jail for making these statements, and you still have the courage to say them. That shows me that it's a culture within this facility that allows you to feel that way. And because you are so blatantly misled by the fact that you think nobody is going to stand up to these things, you have the courage to say this shit. And when the administration, the people that you're supposed to be able to look for comfort and, you know, understanding about how to handle things and be able to smooth things out, that doesn't happen. But you can't smooth out blatant comments of racial bigotry that you claim is not white supremacy, but you just proved it. And I'm speaking about a employee that made a very racial comment about Black American men and women because she's upset that the logo from the Aunt Jemima is being removed from the syrup. I mean, this lady went as far as to say we need to be pushed off a building into a pot of grits with fried chicken and watermelon. Kool-Aid on the side with some Land O'Lakes butter and some fried chicken. If that's not the most racist thing I've ever heard, I mean, you're clearly using every racial slur throughout the history of the United States that's ever been said about black people. And you're currently in the medical profession, so it even goes a step deeper. You're supposed to be learning how to heal these people. So now you're even going a step deeper to say these same people with this high blood pressure, this diabetes, that's overweight and fat should have been blown in a sock. They shouldn't have even been born. But now that they blown into a sock, gather us all up. Gather us all up, blow us into a sock, and push us off into a big bowl of burning hot grits with extra Land O'Lakes butter, syrup with some chicken, Kool-Aid, and watermelon on the side. And this information was presented to corporate. I mean, rightfully so. It's plenty of African Americans she worked with every day. Every day. I wouldn't feel comfortable that you're making that statement because a logo is being changed. They didn't even say the product was being changed. They said that the logo was being changed. I mean, why are you upset because the logo is being changed? Oh, I'm poor as me. I'm poor. I'm black. I'm offended. Well, no black person owns that company. Do they? I don't think so, but they've made billions of dollars since it began. I'm sure made billions of dollars since it began, and off of a black logo that came from a racial logo premise based off of the name and the picture and where it came from. And you're upset that they're removing that picture? I'm just trying to find out what would make you go and say all of those things that had nothing to do with the product. You're mad because the logo is being changed because now companies are forced to listen to the voice of the people. Companies are forced to say, okay, yeah, we buy that product. We're the ones that you saying putting fried chicken and syrup on our waffles or grits or whatever. The chicken and waffle thing or grits and Kool-Aid and all of this shit. But yet and still, you're still working there. Tell me how that's possible. Select Specialty Corporation. Tell me how that's possible. Tell me how the CNO of that company can still be working there. Tell me how that's possible. The same one who has shown blatant discrimination to me that I very much so addressed. You know, this has been plaguing people for years. For me personally, at the company for 4 at 2 different locations. That means this is stinking from the top down. Tell me how this is possible. You know, but we expected to just get over everything. You'll never tell a Jew to get over the Holocaust, would you? I haven't seen anyone say anything like that. You would never say, oh, all of these wetbacks and doing this and doing that. You don't feel like you can say stuff like that. You never have. I haven't seen it. It's not documented. But you're talking about a picture. A picture now. They didn't say they was changing the product. It was the picture they was taking off in the logo. The picture and the logo, the product remained the same. It was the picture and the logo they was changing, and you get mad about that? But that's not racist, and you didn't even care if you went to Facebook jail for it. And then You have the nerve to come and try to contact me after not seeing or hearing me be at work for over 2 months and say where I've been? No, this is wrong. This is intimidation. This is racism at its finest. And I got into nursing or into medicine to heal. How am I going to heal others in a condition of modern day slavery? How? I'm once again mentally and physically, I feel trapped there at that job. Why? Because they pay me well and I need money. I need to survive. But guess what? It's like that at every place. I've been to 2 locations of that same company, worked at multiple different places. Okay, tried to change it up, see if different things matter, different environments matter. None of that mattered. If you're not standing up for yourself, understand it's gonna continue. Y'all know you see when things are wrong, and you have the audacity to even mention this shit about a label during a time in which we're being shot and killed every day. You thought that this was something that was appropriate to say. And even your superiors, my superiors at the job, agreed, showed implications of agreeing, laughing along with you. And we got to come in to work with these people every day. And we got to feel as though they got our back and they supporting us. How? How? You're using me as a body to fill a position, to get as much work as you can out of me while I'm here with as little help as possible. Sound a lot like slavery to me.